Hi, welcome to Charts Today Update. I put out a report this morning and a lot of clients coming back asking me about the carbon price. So I just thought I'd clarify what's going on just on the very short term charts here. And really interesting. Yesterday we fell through the carbon level 80 and then we're in the 70s. That was bearish for the price. And then, of course, today we've recovered and we've come back. So what's going on? And we put out these reports to our clients every morning on the Energy Daily. We put out the weekly report, which talks about what's going on for the week. We were relatively neutral carbon for the week because it really wasn't showing its hand first thing yesterday morning. We had downside targets. We said favouring the downside, but we did have this upside and we were just above the cloud and we were holding the 80 level. Come this morning, we then put out another report, and you can just go back through these reports, and we were bearish on the carbon price. So here we'd fallen through the level, we had these downside targets, and people always say to me, can we just get the reports? And the reason why the reports are embedded in the system is that you really do need to be able to watch the updates and how the picture's changing. And part of the new service that we're about to introduce, which I can share with you, is the alerts. So these will be pre-set up alerts in your system. And so if we look at the carbon price, for example, this morning, we had alerts coming in first things. So really interestingly, we had these downside targets. So our first alert was at 8 o'clock this morning, and at 8:09 we had a new downside target. And so, for the moment, that's going with what we've said. You can see there's new alerts coming in all the time, but that's going with what we said. And then if we look for the next carbon alert, we had here at 9:51 a new upside price target. We'd had a buying thrust and then a new upside target. So the short-term picture for today was changing. And so that's really interesting. And of course, the medium picture may not be changing, but the very short picture for today was changing with this new information coming in. And this is the beauty of technical analysis. When you get new information, you can then take that new information and say, okay, the picture's changed. And if you're trading, of course, that's really vital. So then we get that one there, and at 12:39 we get a new downside target activated. That comes up in the alerts. So we're back to a downside target. And then looking a little bit later, we've got a little mini upside target, probably not something to take much notice of, but it's there as an alert. So that's quite key. So the key thing is these alerts, and they're coming in for gas and whatever you want to set them for. But when you see these alerts coming in, and these can be set on Bloomberg or Icon or Trayport, whatever you're running your data feed in, these alerts will tell you in real time, that there's a new signal. And we're doing other signals, of course. So it could be things like an overbought signal for silver, a new 60 bar high on nat gas. There's all these ones overbought on the euro, overbought on gold, on the Bollinger Bands, and you set up lots of different alerts. So there's really no limit to what can be done here. And of course, then what you really want to be doing is just monitoring the chart in real time. So the reports are useful. They're a guide for people. Here we saw a downside target that was given. That was met, and that target was given back on the 17th of May, so that was last week's target. That's been met. We've got this new target of 84.40 given this morning. That came up in the alerts, and these two targets were alerted. But this is where you'd monitor the picture real time. And of course, if you want to go down to smaller box sizes still, you can do that. So the reports are just part of the service. You really do need to be able to monitor and trade the prices as well. I just thought I'd share that because I've had quite a few clients this morning asking about it, and the key thing that's coming is that alerting service where you can just literally go through and look at the alerts. And the same is true of all the reports, so you can go through and look at all the different reports and the special reports. So we've given special reports here German power, how high will it go? All those special reports are available with trends and targets, and then of course our global reports, and that's going to come out this week for June. So it'll be very interesting to see how all of these stances have changed for June. And this is a key thing to remember about the reports, is the time frames. We do the very short term ones every morning, the shorter term ones for the week we do at the start of the week, the medium and long term reports, which is these global reports, and then the special reports when we see something that's worth talking about. But the alerts is going to be what, for traders, is going to be the really key thing to keep an eye on. So I just thought I'd share that with you. If you want to know more, just send me a message and we'll happy to give you some information.